G'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper and here to give you a review on Uni. And why Uni? Uni is part of the, I suppose, Ethereum suite, which promotes Ethereum trading and obviously the gas fees are in Ethereum and so on. And it's also doing a nice bullish move. So I believe based on the Ethereum merge, a lot of the ecosystems related around Ethereum will perform well. Not all of them, but some. And I think Uni is one of them. So if we look at Uni, and I think Uni came back out in 220. It did a nice run, but ever since came pulled back since what was it May 21. Okay, so if you look at this, it's still in its early stages. And if we look at from a macro perspective, so let's do that first before we get into the short term perspective. If you look at this, we can use the top and use that bottom there, and you can see the point 0.5 is pretty much acting as resistance, give or take. If we do there, if we go to the wick, point 0.5 is actually acting as support. And you can see that this is actually not bad when I'm looking at it from this perspective. Previous support is acting as support. So, and we've got the moving averages. So this is looking bullish. Formation wise, we could put the trend lines, and it could probably be a channel let's see if that's a channel. So it did pass that. Okay, we could potentially, let's do another way. That's our channel. Does it give anything? No, it doesn't. Nothing really fits except the middle line does act a bit. All right, so I'm just trying to confirm that this trend line is relevant, and we don't have enough to pretty much do that. So we leave that trend line in there. It's acted as resistance for a while, so and it's coming to a 0.382, give or take. Let's do those wicks, and this is just exploring if there's any clues. So the body of the candles. All right, we'll leave it at that. From a macro, from a move to the downside, swing up, swing high, we do that as well, just to see if it gives us anything. And let's just change that Fibonacci, yep. And again, okay, the one's there. And you can see some of this has relevance. Okay. Didn't quite reach the point, they actually extend over the 1.618. Okay. And came to this fib level, previous support. Okay. Not much information in terms of macro structure because it's a new coin. However, we can see pretty much here that this was the neckline, and we had a inverted pretty much head and shoulders. So if we were to assume that's the case, to the wick, okay, you might say that it actually hit its target, but it still has a bit more to go from that perspective. And yeah, that's a good level, makes sense. Previous resistance. So let's bring that down to these wicks. And yes, okay. So from that perspective, okay, that was a resistance. Now, question is this a wave 4 or wave 5? I do feel like it's going to hit that level. I do feel like this is just going to continue and then find resistance. And Bitcoin might be at the same time finding its own resistance. Now, what does that give us? Well, it does give us a bar setup. So this trend line could come into play. It's got these two Fibonacci's to show that this range here is going to be strong resistance. We've got the trend line, so that might be, if it comes to that level, might make sense to do a short and might come back down, and that could be our. So this does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. We have a few Fibonacci's that are going to act like resistance, especially in this area. And I'm still trying to get these lines. Let's just pause this. Okay, now if this is wave 4 to 5, we can probably look at that resistance. And yes, so if this is wave 4, we have a number of levels that come, and 1.272 to 1.618 also come into this box region. So it does try to fit into the narrative of wave 5 being there. And then if we just push this across, you can see previous resistance, strong resistance there on the way up. So we can narrow it down to that level there. Actually, just a bit higher. That wouldn't make it because we've got a few wicks. The body of the candle, yep. That's probably a good sign. So we'll just bring these across. Just bring that a bit across there so we can see the 0.382. So from a macro perspective, the 0.382 is good. You can flip that around if you want. And it becomes a 0.618. So, and the 0.5 is holding as support. So I do see this potentially as a breakout trade on the small time frame. So let's look at the 4-hour one. And you can see that the breakout trade is probably there. It's fighting this level as resistance. It's actually, so we've got to see this candle and the small time frame. It's pulling back, but it might just use this level of support. So we'll just get rid of the minutes. So it is a reaccumulation and then potentially a breakout. The reaccumulation does fit well. You can see how that did. It was a breakout trade there. That was a good entry point. And so another bull flag and then back up. It's the way I see it's happening. And Bitcoin is also likely to go up as well. So finding the right entry point, I would definitely think this Fibonacci will be probably a good level. And for the breakout, probably a leverage trade upwards. Let's go back. Now, what does the indicators give us? Let's have a see. This RSI on the 12-hour looks like it's curving back up. So it's actually look like it's going to get loaded. The MACD also looking to cross over. Yeah, so look at that. Doesn't look like it wants to drop. And that's on the 12-hour. So a lot of small bullish indications that this is going to be a breakout trade. So you might and the support is there. Many good things looking good for Uni for the next level up. So that's my thoughts at the moment. I hope you like it. Please give me a like and share, and talk to you soon. Cheers.